Welcome to Sinfully Good, where today we're doing sinful truffle New York strip and roasted potatoes. This is what you'll need, and I did this slightly out of order, so it made more sense. We're going to start out with our potatoes. We're going to use some baking soda, and we're going to add it to some water. Stir that up. Cut the potatoes in equal pieces and drop it right in that baking soda water and kind of toss that up a little bit. Let it soak for about 20-30 minutes. Now, cutting onions into petals is what I mean by when I say petals. Cut them just like this. Put them in a bowl. And then slice the garlic lengthwise, as thin as you can. It should look something like this. Put that in the bowl with the onions. Line a baking dish with aluminum foil. And then use a cooking spray. I have an olive oil cooking spray, so that's what I'm using. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help me with the algorithms, and I really would like to get my recipes all over the place. So cover that liberally with the spray oil, and then dry the potatoes lightly with a paper towel after you drain them. Add the onions and garlic. Toss it a little bit. Now this is a white truffle oil. If you don't find it or don't have it, don't worry about it. But this is going to add a little bit of flavor. But a little goes a long way, so very little. That's about a half a teaspoon. That's some thyme. And olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. Now this is a truffle rosemary sea salt. Again, this is really good stuff. If you don't have it, just use a little bit of sea salt instead. Some garlic powder. And some black pepper. We got all that in there. Just going to toss the coat. Get all that seasoning in on those potatoes and onions. And then drop it onto that prepared baking sheet. Spread it around. Now, I take and I turn the cut sides down onto the foil because you want those to crisp. That's why we did the baking soda soak, because that helps you get a good crisp on it. And we'll turn those about halfway through cook time. Now, we're moving on to the steaks. I did this about 3 hours earlier. Dry them off and then liberally salt them with kosher salt. Beef can take a lot of salt, and letting it sit there actually lets it soak into the meat. So you don't have to season, add more salt while you eat. So we start out with garlic powder, onion powder in this little bowl. Now this is truffle zest. This is important to have if you want that truffle flavor. And I put about a tablespoon in there. Added some thyme. You see, we're kind of doing the same flavors here. Now, I used avocado oil. You want a high smoke point oil for this. This is going to go on the steaks prior to grilling. Stir it all up. And then we're going to brush those steaks. Like I said, they've been sitting in the fridge for about 2.5-3 hours. With that salt on them. Now we've grilled them. Now this is a little trick. Take a tablespoon per steak, cut it in half, and then just lay it on top. Lightly tint the steaks after they come off with aluminum foil. You want them to be able to breathe. And once that butter's melted, your steaks have been rested long enough. We pulled those potatoes out of the oven, checking to make sure they're fork tender, and they are. And there we go. Now I did a little bit of asparagus and butter with a little bit of lemon juice on the side. Real simple. But this is the steak and roasted potatoes. It's done a truffle steak with those wonderful roasted potatoes. I'd like to thank you for joining me in my kitchen today for this wonderful steak and potatoes meal. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, y'all have a blessed day.